In Don't Mess with BTS news.
Oh shit, no, I'm not doing that.
Don't mess with behind the scenes.
Submitted by Las Vegas, baby.
Oh!
A real estate agent's comments about the K-pop group BTS got him fired.
Oh shit, like that?
Damn.
It's like that?
BTS is huge.
They
Yeah.
blowing up too. Yeah.
And like, you know, I'm somebody that's like not a big fan of outrage culture, but there's a point where you kind of have to like stand back and be like, if I say this, this might happen, and is this necessary to say? Like, is it necessary to not be kind to myself and put myself in the situation? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big fan of outrage culture, but like sometimes you gotta like gauge the situation.
That's true. It's like if you're gonna say some shit, just be aware of the actual consequence.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And then don't get mad that people are mad at you.
Like you gotta, and you know that's gonna be. It's almost like it almost becomes like a survival mechanism in the way that the internet's developing. Like before, it's like yeah, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. But when you realize that there is this juggernaut of people that love this thing, and you speak out against this thing that they love, maybe don't do it.
For me, I'm like, you should be able to say whatever you want, but also be realistic about what the repercussions of that will be.
Right.
So when it comes, you're not surprised and you're not like, well, what the fuck? What are you mad about?
Well, and I'm gonna say what he said was like not very. It was not necessary, but you know overall. So what happened? What had happened was so BTS they performed on SNL pretty recently, and they got a lot of what I would describe as outside opinions. Like these people did not know how big BTS was. They did not know about the ARMY, which is formerly known as just the ARMY. They don't even need an introduction. Like you just know.
And they don't even understand K-pop culture, probably.
Exactly.
So it's
And,
like mainstream America, maybe middle age and above.
right. Yeah. And
Well, just the same time when they won the Billboard Award.
people were like, what is
Who
this?
are these people?
Yeah, and just to gauge, like, you know, you may not know who BTS is, but, so I looked this up. Most SNL live performances on YouTube garner about 2 to 7 million views lifetime. Like, lifetime. I mean, Drake has some performances that only have, like, maybe 2.7 million, but that's still pretty sufficient. BTS did 2 performances of 2 different songs, and they got 18 million in 3 days.
Oh shit.
And I mean, to be fair, a lot of it might be the fans replaying videos.
But still, that's just the amount of like interaction they cause.
Exactly. So it definitely puts a good perspective in to know that after a year of a Drake video being up, it got about 2 to 3 million views. 3 days, and these people get, you know,
I saw one of the performances, and I'm like, dang, their songs are so catchy.
Yeah, dude, K-pop has mastered like a catchy hype song. They really have. You have to give it to them. If y'all listen to Blackpink, y'all should listen to some Blackpink.
What's Blackpink? It's another K-pop group?
Yeah,
It's a girl group.
It's pretty fucking sick.
I like K-pop, I just don't know any of the songs.
Yo, it's a bop.
So when I go there eat like Korean fried chicken, they play K-pop in the background.
They always play League of Legends music at the one that I go to, and I'm like, oh, great, the tournament's starting. Like, that's how I feel.
No, and then they'll play the music videos, and I'm just like trying to eat my food, but I can't look away. The music videos are so like entrancing. I like it.
You know, I was eating the other day, and I was watching some K-pop music videos, and fucking Bobby Lee pops out of nowhere. They're like in some alien world. He's like this loser, like, and all these hot K-pop girls are like giving him this makeover and shit, and then I'm like, what the fuck? I took pictures. I'll show you guys later.
Okay, so, and like, you know, out of respect that some people really don't know what BTS is, so they're a boy band, K-pop band. Dude, I literally only have eyes for Taeyang, so like I can't really tell if
Who's
Is
they're
he like the most popular one? I hear him the
Which one is
most.
Taeyang. No, he's from Big Bang. Like he's like yeah. That I only have eyes for him, so I can't even look at them. They all look like Ken dolls to me. You know? Oh really?
Yeah, he's attractive.
Oh yeah, Taeyang. Oh,
Yeah.
I know. That was like my okay, sorry. All right, so Brian Steinberg, who outsider, above like probably like early 30s or so, he works for the TV section of Variety magazine. Okay, so this guy is really not in touch, but very opinionated. So Brian comes in hot, and he decided to tweet. Hold on, you wanna read that one?
If any of these kids are actually singing, I'll eat the backstage llama.
What does that mean?
So the backstage llama is an SNL kind of running joke around like the early 2000s when I think it was, I was gonna say Seth Green, but it's not, Seth Meyers. When he joined, he started this running joke that behind the scenes, when they're doing stuff behind the scenes on SNL, there's always a llama, and most people don't notice it. Sometimes there's Abe Lincoln. So Brian was kind of doing a soft flex here, being like, I know about television, because who the fuck notices the backstage llama?
Right.
So it's kind of like his own little soft flex on the industry. So he's like, yeah, if they're actually singing I'll eat the backstage llama. And like, I get it coming from his opinion because I watched the performance and it was very in sync. They were dancing, like, it was very boy bandy.
So were they lip syncing?
I'm not sure, but I could see how somebody might, it was just very boy bandy. And like this guy, even if it was NSYNC, he doesn't appreciate NSYNC. So he's definitely not gonna appreciate this juggernaut of a group.
Didn't Avril get caught lip syncing during SNL's
I feel like so many get caught.
Avril, I haven't heard that name in a minute.
But I don't think it's weird if they lip sync because it's difficult to be dancing hard while you're
Unless you're Beyonce, then shit.
Well, Beyonce is alien.
Yes. Queen Bee.
She's got Jesus strength.
She got Jesus. So another.
Your single ladies dance.
So a fellow Brian chimed in and he said,
Fellow Brian.
yeah, his name's also Brian.
They look like kids. How old are they? Are Asian women even attracted to their own men? Oh, that was fucked.
Now, Brian. Brian. So I'm guessing Brian saw this and was feeling a little emasculated.
Is he dead now?
I know, right?
Because if you say some shit about these fools, oh my.
A lot of non-Asian women find them attractive.
Yeah.
He was obviously, he saw this super group of guys, and to me, I feel like, you know, there's obviously this tweet's like a little racist, but the racism is deeper in because he would have seen NSYNC and thought, I can see how these guys are attractive. But he saw BTS.
Or hair metal bands in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, but like.
There's always been a group of guys that are musicians or whatever, and on the softer
Feminine.
side that, you know, the older generation looks at them and thinks that they're either gay or feminine.
Yeah.
And then it's happened here in America. It's not like it's unique to just Asia.
Yeah, even like Prince, but he was a pussy slayer.
He was a pussy slayer. So.
But he wore high heels and he had a jacket.
So this is what this guy looks like. He is a realtor in New York. This was his Twitter photo, but you still get a good vibe of what he is. So obviously the dude, he looks nothing like BTS, and he was.
Why is the background green screen? It's a pretty realistic background.
Because he fucking sucks. So, of course, the army found all of his information, and they were like, you know, I'm not a big fan of outrage, but sometimes we'll be like, yeah.
Which one made the Asian joke? This one or the other one?
This one.
Oh, so then they're more mad at him versus I see.
The other guy actually had a pretty like large following, and like, you know, he was just implying he didn't like the
Right,
music.
it's just like
this really took it like another step, and it's also like, and my biggest problem with it is in his brain, he would not have said that if they were men that he felt like he could compare himself to.
Which is white men,
Yeah. And so for him, he was like, oh, yes, no. And like, there's like a deeper level of racism there.
Because that is like the deeper rooted racism about that is Hollywood traditionally emasculating Asian men in America. So the view of Asian men has always been emasculated, and then white saviors need to come and save the women because the women are helpless and the Asian men are, you know, satisfying.
And he doesn't like that they're literally on SNL, they're blowing it up, like they're doing a good job, like people are fucking.
He wants to be Chuck Norris.
This was the opposite of his narrative of who these guys.
He wants to be the last samurai. That's what it is.
Oh my god, you're the last samurai.
He wants to be fucking Tom Cruise, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh my god.
let me come in and help all the helpless Japanese people. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, so the army.
Oh God, here we go.
They came in, and of course, you know, they're always so sweet. So they found all of his information, the real estate company that he worked at in New York, and somebody tweeted. They tweeted to his company, HL Residential. They said, "Hi everyone. Please note that at BHNY83, aka Brian Hughes, is a real estate agent for HL Residential in New York City. Do you think it's appropriate for someone who serves such a diverse area to make these kind of racist comments? And then this person hashtagged BTS, hashtag BTS Army, hashtag BTS on SNL. So they knew that they were like all gonna like come down on him, and they were like, oh really? Somebody emailed HL Residential and they said, hello, like emailed them directly. It said, hello, I have several concerns about one of your agents, Brian Hughes. Recently, he posted a tweet on Twitter that can be seen as racist and demeaning to Asians and Asian Americans. I believe that working as a real estate agent in an area as diverse as New York City leaves no room for racism. Housing discrimination is one of New York's biggest problems, and knowing that there are real estate agents who are blatantly and publicly offensive on social media worries me and others about the values held at Highline Residential. Oh, that's a line. That's a line. Although he has now since deleted the tweet, I have linked a screenshot and several responses to the tweet below. So, and then they just said, thank you. Also, this person typed this from mobile, so they were like,
It's right now.
Yeah.
so the company came in hot with a response. Highline Residential, somebody named Jaspreet Singh said, please accept my personal apology for the actions of Brian Hughes. We condemn his comments, and I assure you that his comments do not reflect the beliefs of Highline Residential. It was that one line she put in there, yeah. Or any of the associates at our firm. We have terminated our relationship with Brian effective immediately. Brian Hughes is no longer a real estate agent at Highline Residential. Once again, please accept my apology. We do not condone these actions.
Smart.
They also put out a tweet that basically kind of said something similar. They said distancing, we don't do it. Oh crap.
The computer condom.
Computer condom.
They said, we want to apologize to everyone for the inappropriate tweet sent by Brian Hughes. His comment does not at all reflect Highline's values. We are proud to represent a diverse workforce and clientele. Our relationship with Brian has been terminated.
What's up with racist New York lawyers? Like, that's been coming out a lot. Remember that
the
one
Mexican,
guy?
The one that was angry about the Mexican, and then they gave him a whole mariachi and shit.
Yeah.
That was funny.
There's like fucking a bunch of racist New York lawyers. What's
Yeah.
going on?
I'm just saying. Well, he's a real estate, but it's kind of like this.
For some reason.
It's like same mentality. Like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
some reason it is.
That's true. When you said lawyer, I didn't even.
I thought he was a lawyer.
I
Yeah,
agreed
I'm like,
with you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Just looks like one, like a lawyer.
We understand that the BTS Army, they came in hot. They knew what they were doing.
Quick,
they
too,
knew what they were doing.
around.
I think the lesson here is be kind to yourself and just leave the army alone.
No, I think this is great. This is good that like people put out their thoughts out there, so then they have these repercussions and they're able to analyze how they think and be like, oh, maybe I am a fucking moron.
Actually, in my personal opinion though, the people that it happens to are not the ones that change their mindset because they're angry about what happened, but they become made an example of, and I think that spreads to everyone that watches it, to be careful about what they say.
It's like the sacrifice that's been made in it for everyone around.